Yeah, I cooked that leftover steak this morning.
Oh, gosh, I ate that last night.
It was good. Yeah, I cooked it with, I just got like 2 eggs over easy. Threw a steak in the pan with it. Didn't take any time at all. It was good. It was good. Cut all the fat off and gave it to Holly.
Nice.
You you glad the Patriots are bye today?
Yeah, it's good not to have to see my team lose. It's always nice.
Yeah, right. How about the Gamecocks last night, man?
I know, finally showing some defense.
Yeah, for sure. I was about to be so mad if we lost that game with the defense playing like that.
I know. We might have a different setup on DraftKings.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about my DraftKings lineups. I know you didn't send me any of yours this morning, but whenever we get done, we'll have to.
Yeah.
I want to talk about some of what you got, off air, but I do want to talk about our main lineups.
For sure. I got 3 lineups set right now.
Yeah, I got
pretty excited about what I got. Let's see.
Heck yeah, dude. Some good games this week, dude. Really good games.
Oh, for sure. I was looking at them this morning.
Go ahead and pull these up.
What games are you most excited about?
I am really excited about the Lions and Bears with Justin Fields coming back. See what that happens. See how that looks, and then
yeah, that'll be interesting to see how they.
Obviously, I'm excited about that on Monday. That's gonna be a really good game. The Steelers and the Browns. That division is crazy right now. Yeah. And then Seahawks and the Rams will be a really good one.
You got the lineup pulled up?
I do. You what do you got first?
You can go ahead. You can go ahead and kick us off. I'm working on getting there myself.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know if we have anybody in, but for those, this is all this stuff gets saved to YouTube. So if you guys are joining in, a few days late or whatever, you just want to tune in and listen in. We do this every Sunday, so make sure you are here. I don't know if we'll be here next Sunday, but we'll try to make something work out.
Yeah, we'll try to every Sunday.
First game I got on my line is the Cardinals versus the Texans. This would be a fun game too. The over/under is 48 points. The Texans minus 5.5.
This is one of those where you start them. I think everybody in this game is startable. From James Conner to Traven Pride. I don't think playing, so I'm not trying to look beyond Hollywood Brown. But
yeah, he had a deep ball target last week. Hollywood Brown did. That was a little overthrown, but he was wide open. I think that Hollywood Brown's.
Yeah, he was wide open right there, kind of on the far side, back end of the end zone. Yeah. Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, I agree with you, man. Start him. Tank Dell, he's in. Nico Collins should be in. He's healthy. He he was questionable going into Friday, but after Friday they changed that, said he's good to go. Devin Singletary, I feel like it's a smash play, and obviously C.J. Stroud against the Arizona defense.
Definitely, yeah. Stroud really coming into his own this year, playing way better than expected. Dalton Schultz too. I think he's a great play this week. Nico Collins supposed to be out there.
Yeah, he is. He went healthy. He's been healthy since Friday, so.
Yeah, I like Nico. I like Schultz. I like Tank Dell in this game. Outside of that, because Noah Brown's out. Outside of that, I think that's where I'm at. Devin Singletary, with Damian Pierce out, I think he's gonna get a lot of work. I think he's a good play this week. He's we'll talk about him even more later on, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right on that. Noah Brown, isn't playing today, but I think Robert Woods was questionable going out through the week, but I think he's playing. I'm not 100% sure though. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna have to double check that. Let me go find.
Who do you like winning this game?
This is tough, man. I feel like 5.5 is too much. That's the spread. Is the Texans minus 5.5. I think I'm gonna take the Texans to win. It's in Houston, so that definitely gives a good advantage for C.J. Stroud. You know that C.J. Stroud's been not the best away, but he showed that he can do it against the Bucs, and then
against Cincinnati too.
Cincinnati, that's right. Cincinnati. I'm sorry. Yeah, against Cincinnati, goes out there and beats Cincinnati in Cincinnati, which is incredible because like you said last week, he hadn't really been the best in away games, but this is a home game. I expect him to just keep on rolling. I think he's a great play this week. So I think the Texans to win. I think the Texans to win. I'll take the Cardinals to cover though. Kyler Murray's his second game back, And they got James Conner back, which is a huge piece in their offense. I think it's going to be a pretty good game.
Yeah, it is a big piece, and I just think that Houston's in midseason form, and Kyler Murray coming off, the injury and trying to get back up to game speed. He looked pretty well last week, but it just seems like C.J. Stroud in that offense for Houston is just going to be a well-oiled machine, a little bit more than Arizona and Kyler Murray. I think you're right. I've taken the points because I think it's going to be a shootout, and I do think Houston wins this game.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's a good take. What game do you have next? Do you have yours pulled up now?
I do have mine pulled up, but mine Arizona and Houston for some reason like the fourth game. I got Chicago and Detroit at the top.
Okay, so yeah, the next game I got then is the Giants versus the Commanders.
Interesting game, right?
Yeah,
over 38 points.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean,
yeah, I think so.
The spread is -9 for the Commanders. They got rid of a bunch of defensive pieces. If they still had Montez Sweat and Chase Young, I mean, this is a 14-point spread.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just the Giants not able to move the ball. This is a terrible defense. I got Washington starting in fantasy in both leagues.
I think that's a good start.
Yeah, also Saquon Barkley. I'm not starting anybody on that team. With the Giants, and on the Commanders side, I'm going with I like Thomas this week. Logan Thomas at tight end. I think he gets into the end zone. I think that you stay back with this Jahan Dotson. After the goose last week.
Right.
But Sam Howell, I think you could fire him up. I think Brian Robinson's a great play.
Yeah, I think Brian Robinson's a very good play. I mean, that Giants defense can't stop anything. It seems. I mean, we thought to start them against the Raiders, and they gave up 31 points. So
yeah,
I definitely lean towards starting the guys on the Washington side. But how do you feel about Jahan Dotson this week?
If you had to put him in, I don't think he gooses you. I think he could have a good day. Yeah, I don't think he gooses you again, but I'm trying to stay away from him, like Jahan Dotson or let's see, Christian Kirk. I think I'd rather have Christian Kirk.
I think I have Christian Kirk by a long shot there.
Jahan Dotson or George Pickens against the Browns defense.
Yeah, I think that's a better comparison. I'm probably taking Dotson there, but I don't feel good about it.
I'd take Dotson there.
Jahan Dotson or Deontay Johnson?
I'd rather have Deontay Johnson, I think.
Me too. What about Amari Cooper?
It's a bad defense, but they're going to really need to rely on him. They could shut him down, though, I think. But
what about
I don't know. Yeah, you got to go John. You got to go not Jahan Dotson, but you got to go
Johnson. Yeah,
Deontay Johnson. Yeah.
What about Jahan Dotson or Amari Cooper?
I think I would go. I go Cooper.
I think I go Cooper there too. I think he's very talented, and there's not very many mouths to feed out there. With him being a veteran too, Dorian Thompson-Robinson is going to probably just listen to him and try to get the ball to him.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll talk about that game a little more, but I don't think there's too much more to talk about in this one.
I don't either. Terry McLaurin's in for you.
Yeah, Terry McLaurin's in. Sam Howell's a good play too. I mean, last time he played the Giants, he had like 8 points, but he is like the second. He's second in passing yards this year. I think that he should be a must play this week. As far as
I agree with that.
Mean, would you rather go Sam Howell or Justin Fields coming off the injury?
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell or Will Levis against the Jags?
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell or Trevor Lawrence against the Titans?
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell or Jordan Love against the Chargers?
Sam Howell.
Yeah, I think that's probably pretty. Sam Howell or Brock Purdy?
Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I think that's where the line definitely is. Brock Purdy is. I think we'll talk about him a little bit later too, but
we definitely will. I mean, we both have Washington winning this game. Taking the points, or are you not?
I got him to cover. -9 isn't terrible. I mean,
cover. Yeah, I don't see how the Giants' offense is going to keep up with Washington's offense. Sam Howell's looking better. He's top 5 in passing yards right now, top 2.
Yeah, I think he's 2. I think he's 2 or 3. I'm not exactly sure after the bye week.
I don't think they cover because it's a divisional game. Somehow 9 points seems like a lot in this game. Washington wins the game, but I would stay away from this game if I was betting. But I like Giants plus the 9. That just seems like a lot of points.
I get that. I get that for sure. I think I lean more towards the side of where you were saying that I don't think that the Giants can move the ball.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's definitely. I wonder what the betting odds are going for here. If they're leaning more towards Washington or the Giants here, because I'm kind
They're
of
leaning more towards the Giants with the
plus the
spread. I
9.
think. Yeah, I think it's plus 340
Okay.
there.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that might actually be straight up. It's actually pretty even. It's minus 110 and minus 110 on both sides. So the line
Oh
must
yeah.
be
Okay.
pretty good line, obviously, if the betting odds are
Yeah, it
confused.
seems that way.
But yeah, I don't think there's
Yeah.
much else to talk about. Logan Thomas, I guess, yeah, I would start him. I would start Logan Thomas. I think he's a pretty good play this
Yeah.
week.
I think so too.
The next game I got is the Cowboys versus the Panthers. The Cowboys are minus 10.5 with an over under of 42.5.
I think they cover.
I think they cover. I think it's too low.
Yeah, I do too. I think I'm taking Dallas minus the 10.5. I think I think Pollard and Dowdle will get it done on the ground. I think with Carolina averaging 5 yards per carry on their defense, it's CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott are on fire right now. There's nobody on that defense that's going to be able to stop them. Ferguson, killing it at tight end. He's scored a touchdown. I feel like every game they really look for him inside the red zone. You could start him too. Where you at with Brandon Cooks?
Um, he had a really good game last week. Was it 10 or 11 targets for 7 catches and 100 and something yards?
Yeah, looked great.
I do want to go back to Rico Dowdle, though. He did get changed to questionable yesterday with an ankle injury.
Okay.
So
What does that leave you with Pollard? How you feeling about Pollard?
I like Pollard this week. I think if there's a week that Pollard is going to do it, is this week. If he doesn't do it
It's
this
got to
week,
be this week.
you hit the we kind of said it last week. Hit the panic alarm if he doesn't do it last week. But I think really this is the week. I mean,
I think you're
Carolina
right.
is the second worst defense against the run this year.
I think you're 100% right.
So
on Carolina's side, Chuba Hubbard, you want to do that dance?
I mean,
Miles Sanders, I think
exactly.
he had a couple carries last week.
Yeah, Miles Sanders had. It was bad. I know it was bad. I don't want to start either of those guys, honestly.
I don't either. What about
Hopefully, I picked up somebody like Devin Singletary and I can put that in over Chuba Hubbard. But how do you feel about Chuba Hubbard or Ty Chandler? Alexander Madison is expected to go.
Is expected to play. I like. You said Chuba Hubbard or Ty Chandler. Oh man, I think I would go Ty Chandler.
I think I would too. What about Chuba Hubbard or Tajay Spears?
I go Spears probably.
All right. What about Chuba Hubbard or Kareem Hunt against Pittsburgh? It's a tough matchup. Jerome Ford's been playing well.
I'll take Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, I will too. All right. What about Chuba Hubbard or Bijan Robinson on a bye? I'm taking Bijan Robinson.
Right. Adam Thielen, you got to play him. I mean, Frank Wright taking control of the offense again. He gave it up a couple weeks ago. Then they were terrible, even worse than they thought they were going to be. Then they switched back to him for play calling. I think that's pro Adam Thielen. I think that they're going to bring a lot of pressure in this game, and he's going to want to. And Bryce Young is going to look to go to his main guy, his target. What makes him feel comfortable? A guy who can get open and help his find those soft spots. A guy who can get open and really help his young quarterback out. I think Adam Thielen's still a great play.
I think so too. And this is probably going to be a very negative game script for the Panthers. My only worry is that the game is so bad they just pull their starters.
That is. I thought that's going to be an issue.
And the problem is Adam Thielen after the bye week. It's been still kind of the same target share, but the numbers have been bad. Week 8 after the bye, so their bye week was week 7. Week 8 he had 11 targets for 8 catches and 72, which is right on pace with what he was doing. But then it goes to 6 targets for 5 catches and 29, and then 10 targets for 6 catches and 42. So it's went down.
Yeah, I'm not really sure when the play calling duties were given up because early on you can see the numbers and they're phenomenal.
They're great. They're very good.
Yeah, and that was before I think it's Frank Wright was the offensive play caller.
That's right.
And gave them up, and then that's when the bad stretch started. He's back calling those plays today. I think that's going to be big.
That's a very good call. Adam Thielen's been great. So if you're in a PPR league, he has to be in your lineup. I mean, he's getting 10 targets a game.
He has to be. Are we on the same page here? We both think they cover?
Yeah, I think the Cowboys cover here. I mean, that defense is very good, and Dak Prescott's been playing phenomenal. I think the thing with Jerry Jones is he has an ego, like a big ego, and he wants to see Dak Prescott go out there and put these crazy numbers up just for people to talk about him. You know.
Yeah.
So that's why
I
think
some
Dak
of that, but
Prescott's an amazing fantasy play. He's putting them up. He can put them up,
Yeah.
and even against good defenses like the Eagles, he put up great numbers against them. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I could trash on Jerry Jones all day, but you can see that Dallas team. I feel like it's always, or for the last maybe decade or so, it's been like they want to put up these great numbers, but they never do anything with it.
Yeah.
So if
they do look to be in playoff form right now, though. I will say their offense is clicking. Their defense can still get after the passer.
Now, when you say playoff form for the Cowboys, you mean go out there and lose in the divisional round? Is that what you mean?
So you're saying they're going to lose today? Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be a fun game. I mean, I feel for Bryce Young's health. I'm worried for Bryce Young's health in this game.
And I think so too. Michael Parsons, those guys can really rush the passer.
Yeah,
you better get that ball off quick.
Leighton Vander Esch, I know they posted about him having a neck injury and being out, but I didn't realize he was even still playing. I thought he had been dealing with a neck injury for the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, apparently he's going to be out for a while too, right?
Yeah, it might it might be the end of his career at this point. You know, Luke Kuechly situation. Yeah, which he's been battling that neck injury for the last 3 or 4 years. I remember so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think there's anything else to talk about this game. I think Jake Ferguson's in. Start all the Cowboys except for if you're in a tight
Gallup. I'm out on Gallup.
Michael Gallup or Robert Woods.
Oh. That's tough. I'm going to go Robert Woods.
Yeah, I think I'll leave Robert Woods there too.
The game script's going to get away with them being big up on Carolina. It could be a shootout in Arizona, and I think that's more volume towards the wide receiver 3. You need to be in a shootout if you play wide receiver 3s on teams, I feel like.
Yeah.
And it could very easily just be, CeeDee Lamb with 120, Ferguson with 50, Cooks with 70, Gallup with a catch.
Yeah, I think that kind of
and they run the ball in the second half.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that kind of goes back to what I was saying too about the Cowboys wanting to spike their numbers. CeeDee Lamb is a big talk right now because he just broke the NFL record for consecutive games with 150 plus yards. I think that they like that kind of attention too. They want to keep that train rolling.
Yeah, I go Woods there, but
what about Brandon
Gallup could get in the end zone.
What about Brandon Cooks or Robert Woods?
I got Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, I agree with that there too.
I'll go Brandon Cooks. He just, he's coming off a big game too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I kind of would like to kind of ride that out a little bit. I wouldn't mind him in the flex, or someone's got Brandon Cooks as a wide receiver 3 on their fantasy team. I'm cool with it. I mean, it's against Carolina. Yeah. They're going to give up a lot of points. It's a 42 under over, and I guarantee you the vast majority of those points are going to be towards the Cowboys.
That's right.
So you kind of want a piece of that pie,
That is with some bye weeks too. I mean, like Chris Olave being out, and then you got some guys hurt. There's some last minute stuff like Jalen Guyton being out, and Keenan Allen's supposed to start, but just little things like that where you would have to throw a guy in there like Brandon Cooks.
You said what now?
I said, is my audio cut out or am I good?
Oh, yeah, your audio cut out for just a second.
Okay. I was just saying that, in some situations there are some injuries where you might need to have to plug in Brandon Cooks. I don't hate that.
Yeah, I don't hate it either. Anything else in this game you want to talk about?
No, Dallas will cover. I'm honestly taking the over. I think Dallas is going to try to blow them out.
Yeah, I think so too.
I got the Bears and the Lions next. I am really excited about this game.
Yeah, Justin Fields expected to be back, right?
Yeah, he's back today. The Lions -8, over under 48 points. Start them.
Yeah, start them, and I'm taking Detroit to cover here. I think Detroit, it's in Detroit. I think their offense has been looking good. You got Montgomery and Gibbs back, who both, this is a revenge game for Montgomery. I think he's going to have a great game. I think Gibbs is going to have a great game. I think Laporta, you can start him. You can start Amon-Ra. There's just too many weapons on the offense. And Justin Fields coming off the injury, inconsistent already, right. So an inconsistent hurt player on the road.
The good thing is
that thank you.
I don't know. I think I want to start Justin Fields this week. I think that his injury was to his thumb, and so that is really good that it's not like an ankle or something, especially against his pass rush. But the injuries to the thumb, I think if he can grip the ball and make those deep throws to DJ Moore, I think you're going to see him run a lot this game. I think I could see him getting 70 to 80 rushing yards this week.
Yeah, that seems to be about right for him. I just don't know if they're going to be consistent enough to keep up. Like Detroit's offense is very consistent, very efficient. They run, pass. They can get the ball to their, big tight end Laporta. They can, Amon-Ra is one of the best route runners in the league, especially against zone and man too. And I think they're just going to be a little bit more consistent on getting their playmakers the ball. It seems like when Justin Fields plays, it's just the Justin Fields show. Every now and then he'll get it to DJ Moore or Cole Kmet, but for the most part, those passes are inaccurate, and some of the inconsistencies are going to come on third downs. Whereas I think the consistency of Detroit's offense is going to move the chains on those third downs because they just seem a little more in sync than Chicago, and I think they cover with that.
I definitely see what you're saying there. I think they cover, but I'm taking the over. I think the Bears are going to put up more than they're expected, or their implied.
I can see that. I can see that. Detroit's they got a strong front seven, but their back end is kind of lacking, and I don't know if Justin Fields can take advantage of that.
I think he can with DJ Moore and Cole Kmet. I think that he definitely can take advantage of that.
But yeah, I don't know if he can take advantage of it, but I could see where he might.
Right.
And I think that's what you're saying is they got some weapons. They got big play ability, but I agree with that. I think the Bears will they'll make it competitive, but I think as time goes on, Detroit's just going to run them down. The running game's too much. Good. They'll end up beating them. But I think Chicago, you could start Fields. I would want to wait a week.
I agree with that.
But especially on the road in Detroit, like I said earlier. But DJ Moore, I think fire up. The running back, the backfield, I'm not touching that. Khalil Herbert's back today, expected to be the number one. So you don't really want to put Foreman in, and you really don't want to put any running back in against Detroit. Maybe one of them falls in the end zone, or maybe they have a good day, but I don't think it's worth the risk.
I agree with that 100%. Would you rather go Justin Fields or Geno Smith today?
Geno Smith going against, let's see,
the Rams.
Rams divisional game. Rams defense playing tough. You know what, man? I'll take Fields.
Okay, what about Justin Fields or Baker Mayfield against the 49ers?
Fields.
Okay. What about
it's this feeling for Fields, that makes me want to put him in.
What about Justin Fields or Matt Stafford against the Seahawks?
Justin Fields.
And one more, Justin Fields or Joshua Dobbs against the Broncos?
Ooh, Joshua Dobbs. Can we get his last few games fantasy points?
We absolutely can. I think Josh Dobbs is a very good play. So
Justin Jefferson not playing today, by the way.
Right, week 10, Josh Dobbs had 268 passing yards and a touchdown, and he had 44 rushing yards and a touchdown. It was 27 points. Then against Atlanta, this is his first game with Vikings. He had 158 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Then he had 7 carries for 66 yards and a rushing touchdown and a 2-point conversion. He did have 2 fumbles lost, but 30 points. Then the week before that, when he was in Arizona, 208 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, but he also had 26 yards rushing and a rushing touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
That was close. That was close to me.
I think Dobbs is
playing. I think Dobbs is the safer floor.
And the same ceiling.
I'm going Josh Dobbs there. He's going against a worse defense. He's played well with the limited knowledge he's had and practice time he has and chemistry he's had with his new team, the Vikings. I think I go Josh Dobbs. It's another week with him in that system, him practicing with those players. It's going to get better for him.
Yeah, that's right.
For him to get off the plane in a couple of days and go out there and beat Atlanta was dude, what? How did you do it?
Insane. That's insane. He didn't even practice with the Vikings team at all. I saw that video of him and Kevin O'Connell whenever he ran the touchdown and he comes back to Kevin O'Connell and O'Connell's just like, good job, dude. It's I don't know how you did that. Yeah. I don't even know what happened there.
I'd go Dobbs there.
Yeah,
if you go Fields, I get it.
I'm a big fan of Josh Dobbs. I think all the Vikings fans out there should be very happy that that's the guy that replaced Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
And if he goes out there and wins today, I mean, I'm excited for that game. If he goes out there and beats the Broncos today, you might see Kirk Cousins get traded this offseason.
Maybe I could see that happening. I can see that happening. Anything else in this Detroit Chicago game you want to go over?
I don't think so.
Yeah, staying away from Chicago's backfield. Komet's in.
The Lions' defense, I like them. I think Fields will turn the ball over, especially if that thumb's messed up. Still, which I doubt it is. I mean, he was out for what, 4 weeks, 5 weeks? So
it's risky though. It's a risky play. 48-point under over. You know.
That's right.
But there's going to be some turnovers.
Yeah, I'm torn in our 10-man league between starting the Lions or starting the Steelers.
I'd go Steelers.
Yeah, I think I'm about to go change that right now, actually, because I've been thinking about it, and then that over/under is great.
Yeah.
Anything else you got in this game?
No. I think we can move on.
All right, let's see. So we got the Raiders and the Dolphins.
It's gonna be a fun game.
The Dolphins minus 14. It's over/under of 44.5 points. I think I'm taking the Raiders to cover here.
I think I'm taking the Raiders 14. Actually, you're taking points. The Raiders in the points. I think the 14's a lot, man.
14's a lot.
And they can really gash. They can gash Miami on the ground with the running game, and I think that the game script's going to be pretty positive, or pretty neutral at least for the Raiders because of the run game. You know.
Well, and the defense is playing tough.
Yeah, they just can't get into that. We need to pass every down to keep up. That's how you lose this game if you're the Raiders, because you don't have the guy that's going to get it done. But if you can keep it efficient with Josh Jacobs, there's a path where they can. I don't know about win, but there's a path where they can. I guess there's a path they can win, but there's definitely. I'm taking the 14. That's a lot of points, man. They're playing a lot better too. Since McDaniels is gone.
Antonio
I'm
Pierce.
taking Miami to win this game, but I think the Raiders will keep it a little more competitive than people think, within that 14 points. I think.
Yeah, I'm torn here. I almost want to do it, but I don't think I'm going to call for the upset.
Nah, I can't do it here. A Raiders offense can't keep up with their offense.
Well, I do want to point out the Raiders are 5-5, and the Dolphins have not beat a team with a winning record. Now, if they win today, they still wouldn't have. But I do see a universe where the Raiders win this game. And I do want to – I'm not calling for the upset. I don't think it's going to happen. If I had to bet, I would bet for the Dolphins to win this game straight up.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be mad if somebody put $5 down on the Raiders plus 700.
Yeah. I could see the Raiders, anything's possible. We saw the Arizona Cardinals beat the Cowboys in week, 3 or 4? It is the NFL. Yeah, I think the Dolphins cover. You start everybody on the Dolphins side, Achane, Mostert, those guys. You're probably taking a shot on those guys. And the wide receiver core too.
Yeah, Achane just got listed as a full go, which is that's exciting. That's exciting for fantasy managers.
Yeah.
That's exciting for just football watchers in general. Let's ask some Devon Achane questions because I know they're going to be out there. Devon Achane or Devin Singletary? That's the one I'm battling right now.
We talked about this. I'm going Singletary for this week. It's against Arizona. He's getting the full workload. There's going to be way more opportunities for him than Achane. I think Singletary gets in the end zone, has some check downs. It just seems like he's going to have a higher floor.
Yeah.
If you're going against the number one guy, number one team, number two team, maybe you put Achane in to try to get the boom game. But if you're going against somebody who's kind of somewhere around 5 or 6 in your league, I'll probably go in Singletary to kind of help with that floor. Kind of just depends on what you need right now. I like Singletary this week.
What about Achane versus somebody like Alexander Madison?
Oh yeah, Achane all day.
What about Achane versus Jalen Warren?
Achane. I'm going all the way up to
Tony Pollard.
Let's see here. Huh?
Achane or Tony Pollard?
I'm going Tony Pollard.
Okay.
I know that sounds weird. You know what? No.
I'm probably going Achane there. I don't know if I have the stones there. No, I'm not done until after this week, I think. I think I'd roll with...
but when it comes to matchups like that, where if I'm 50-50, I'm not taking Tony Pollard. because he hasn't earned the right to win those 50-50 decisions.
That's fair. That's fair. What about HN or James Conner? Last one.
I was thinking about that one. I think James Conner against Houston, he's getting the full workload. Under over is 48. I'll take and there's no question. I mean, who's the number 2? They're not going to give him the ball full on workload.
Oh, yeah, they love James Conner. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'll take James.
What about James Conner or like Devin Singletary?
That's tough. That's really close.
That's really tough.
In
Same
this game, I think I like Singletary a little bit better.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. They're expecting more points. You do have Noah Brown out. I think I'm taking James Conner. He's consistent as consistent gets. You're starting Singletary over HN because of consistency, but I think James Conner is probably just a better consistent player. I mean, he came back off his injury and immediately scored a touchdown last week.
Yeah, I think for me, I think this Houston's defense is just a teeny bit better than Arizona. They're going to be in a little bit more of a chance. Yeah, I just think that the offense is just going to look better, and I want a little bit. With it being 50-50, I want the team who's projecting more points, the team who's Conner a better player than Singletary. I think we all kind of know that.
Right.
But I think I'd rather have the running back going against Arizona's defense than the running back going against Houston. I know there's not a big difference there, but I think that's I think there's something to be said there for that.
I think that's a very good take. I changed my mind.
If you want to go
Singletary,
I'll go Singletary. If you want to go HN over both of those guys, I get that. If you want to go Conner over Singletary, I get that. I think those three are really, really close. You know,
I think I agree. I think if I had to rank those guys, I'm going Singletary at the top, and then HN, and then Conner.
I like that. I can see that.
But it's very close. I wouldn't be mad if I had those 3 guys as my 3 running backs. I'd be pretty happy this week.
Yeah, Marquise Hollywood Brown's in. Dr. Schultz is in. Tank Dell, I mean, has been killing it. He's in for you. Nico Collins is in.
Well, we've already went over that game. The Raiders and the Dolphins.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, we was just.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was about to do it too. Yeah.
You get so used to talking about James Conner, Devin Singletary. You're like, okay. But yeah, the Raiders. I'm taking. I'll take the 14. I think it's going to be a little bit more competitive than we expect. But I think there is a situation here where Dolphins just go in and just blow them.
Put up 70. I mean, they put up 70 points this year.
Yeah, they can come in and have just one of those games. I think Dolphins win, but
yeah, Raiders. The Dolphins do have a lot of pieces back. Like HN is healthy, Waddle and Tyreek Hill healthy, Tua healthy. They're coming off the bottom.
And Devontae Adams, you play him in a game like this.
Yeah,
you play Devontae Adams anyway, but in a game like this, you feel a little bit more comfortable. Outside of that, I mean, Josh Jacobs is in. He's going to great play this week.
Yeah, how do you feel about Jacoby Myers? I know that since Garoppolo's been not starting or not, I don't know if he's hurt. Is he hurt or are they just start Aiden O'Connell?
They benched him.
Okay, yeah. So since Aiden O'Connell's been the quarterback, I mean they're 2-0, but I don't know.
He's not an option. He's like Jahan
Dotson. He's not an option anymore.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
He goosed you last week. You know.
Oh, that's sad. I would probably go Robert Woods over Jacoby Myers.
I would too.
Yeah, it's tough. Michael Gallup or Jacoby Myers?
Michael Gallup.
Man, I think
Myers is way down there. He just hasn't produced, and that I don't believe in the quarterback there. I think just think it's gonna be. You're really looking at like 3 points.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I guess with the game script being potentially negative for the Raiders, I would go Myers over Gallup, but I definitely could see why you wouldn't because of the way the Cowboys have been playing. But yeah, Josh Jacobs is in for you. Michael Mayer is in. He had a nasty touchdown catch against the Jets last week, man. Yeah, Aiden O'Connell, I think we see what he's made of this week. He's won 2 games against some okay opponents. He's playing the big boy now, and that's going to be big boy football for him to win. He's going to have to stand up.
Yeah, you got to make all them throws in this game.
Yeah,
anything else you want to talk about in this game?
No, I don't think there's much more to talk about here. The Steelers and the Browns are next. The Browns -2 over under 34 points. I'm not going to call this an upset, but I don't see how you can have the Browns -2 with Dorian Thompson-Robinson in. Or Robinson.
I think that what they're trying to say is this game's at home. The defense has shut down everybody they came across. Pittsburgh's offense just really isn't that good. They got a lot of playmakers, but they don't have the guy to get it to them. The offense is going to struggle. Like, I don't want to start anybody on Pittsburgh. I mean, maybe Jalen Warren. I mean, Deontay Johnson, you can throw him in as a wide receiver 3, but I wouldn't feel good about it, especially in a 34-point under-over. And they're going to run the ball, you know. Cleveland's going to run the ball. try to make it easy on their quarterback, and I think
I
the
like.
Browns beat the 49ers with that
Yeah, that's right.
same
That's right.
strategy. The Browns keep finding a way to win, but so does Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they're both six and
Divisional
three.
game, I almost want to pick. I see why it's -2, but I don't know, man.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go. I'm going to take Pittsburgh
Straight up or to cover?
plus the points in the divisional game. It's already a low under over. Give me the team with the points because it's a 50-50 game already. I'll take the
Yeah,
points.
that's right.
I think the Browns.
That's tough, man. They're both 6 and 3. And there's a reason why both these teams are 6 and 3. It's great defensive play. We talked about this. I believe in our playoff prediction special on the Brew Collar podcast. We talked about this with John Michael in the John Michael episode, where we said that there's not very many defensive-minded coaches out there that are just killing it. These are two of them right here.
These are two of them right here. Yep. I think Cleveland wins this game, man. They've been winning. They're 6 and 3, and show me like one game outside of Watson against Tennessee week 2 or 3, whichever it was. They haven't gotten good quarterback play all year. They're 6 and 3.
Last week they did against the Ravens. It was 31-30 or something like that. It was a very high-scoring game.
Yeah.
Where
that defense keeping
had
them
a pick
game.
six. Both teams had pick sixes though in that game. So
yeah, I'll take Cleveland to win, but I'll take the points with Pittsburgh.
I'll take the Steelers to win straight up here, and I don't think it's really an upset. I mean, this is a divisional game plus 2 points. I think it's a pick'em game. Yeah. But yeah, I would like to start Jerome Ford. I mean, I'm okay with starting Kareem Hunt here.
I agree with that. Outside of that, I mean,
Jerome Ford or HN.
HN.
Kareem Hunt is an interesting one. I know we talked about Kareem Hunt and Chuba Hubbard. What about Kareem Hunt or like Alexander Madison?
I think Hunt. I'm riding the touchdown wave. Alexander Madison.
6 touchdowns in 5 weeks for Hunt.
Yeah. Alexander Madison is. I mean, when's the last time he scored? I mean, I know he scored against Denver.
I believe. I think he scored last week.
I don't think he scored last week. I don't think he did.
He definitely scored the week before. I know he's been getting a lot of work in the passing game. I know he scored against Atlanta. I can find out for you real quick there.
Yeah,
he did not score last week. That's right. He did not score last week. But the week before, he did have a receiving touchdown against Atlanta. So.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Kareem Hunt's been great.
I'll go Kareem Hunt too. Amari Cooper, he's probably in for you. And it's not going to be great. I would pivot from Cooper for I think Brandon Cooks. I think I'd start Brandon Cooks over Cooper.
I go Cooper. I go Cooper there.
I think I go Cooper there. They're gonna draw plays for him. They're gonna try to get him the ball. Yeah. Right. Cooper or Addison for Minnesota against Denver.
Ooh, give me Addison.
I'll take Addison as well.
That offense has been good. Joshua Dobbs has been good, man. He's been.
I'll take Joshua Dobbs. Yeah, I'm taking Addison.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson is going to get eaten alive today.
Yeah. Okay, Amari Cooper or Gabe Davis?
Give me Amari Cooper. Give me Amari Cooper. Which maybe that means you should start Gabe Davis.
Right? Anything else you want to go over in this game? I think.
No, I don't think so. This is going to be an exciting one. I love defensive matchups like that. I am against Jerome Ford. So, we'll see. I want to see Kareem Hunt keep it going because I got him as well. But it's fun to watch those guys. I love those divisional matchups. The AFC North is the most exciting division in football right now.
Yeah.
Maybe not with Joe Burrow going down with the wrist injury. He's out for the season, but still, I think it's exciting, man. Any of those guys could win the division.
I agree.
I got the Titans and the Jags next. Over under of 40 points. -6.5 for the Jags. I think this game's going to be boring, man. Oh, over under of 41 points. It just changed.
I think it's going to be boring too. Travis Etienne. It's not a good matchup, but he's in. You can't not play him. Calvin Ridley. Another terrible week last week. And Trevor Lawrence is like, what's going on there?
Yeah.
He hasn't put up over 20 fantasy points all year.
Yeah, that's
which is like, God, he has just murdered your team.
That's bad. Yeah, I know that Gabby had him in her fantasy lineup. She's dropped him. Luckily, she got Kyler Murray, so
That's definitely big.
That's tough, man. That's really tough for Trevor
I think
Lawrence.
Henry's in. You can start Hopkins. It's not the best start, but it's better than some of these other options you
I think
have
you can
out there.
start Tajay Spears.
Yeah, definitely. It's like a flex play. He's getting some opportunity, 50-50 snap share there.
I don't know if we asked this already, but Spears or Ty Chandler.
I go Spears.
Yeah, I think I do too. Ty Chandler is on the up and up, but
He is.
Madison's supposed to play, so I think I go Spears there.
Yeah.
There's not really much to talk about in this game.
Nah, yeah, I'm ready to move. I'm taking
Evan Ingram. Christian Kirk's in. Christian Kirk has been consistent as consistent gets. Other than the week one, he's been double digits.
I'm taking the Jags to win. I'm taking the Titans to cover 6.5. Jags offense has been slow going. I think it stays slow going like it has all year. There's no reason why we should go the other way instead of just going to get hot all of a sudden against a fairly physical defense that does show signs of weakness in the secondary. But I think the Jags will win it. But I think it's a divisional game. It'll be tight. I'll take the 6.5 for Tennessee. I think this is actually one that I would be willing to put some money on.
Okay. In favor of the Jags winning or in favor of the Titans covering?
I would take the Titans plus 6.5.
Okay. Yeah, I think I agree with that.
I think the Jags win, though.
I'm really excited to have Derrick Henry in this matchup just because I think it's good. Like you said, the Jags offense is very slow going.
Yeah.
Next, we got the Chargers and the Packers. The Chargers are only -3. It's in Lambeau. Over under 44 points. Do you think that this line should be different, the spread?
I don't. I think, I think the Chargers should be favored, but 3 seems a little right to me. I think I haven't seen a game where I thought the Chargers should have been favored by more because in every single game, the defense is so bad for the Chargers that it's going to be a 50-50 game. You know, it's going to be fourth quarter, 4 minutes to go. Can the Chargers close it out? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You know, it really reminded you texted me earlier this week talking about Phillip Rivers, and it feels like Phillip Rivers. You know,
Justin Herbert,
solid quarterback, but like they got to get him a defense. Yeah, it seems like all they have out there is Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler.
Yeah, Keenan Allen's got a shoulder injury.
Yeah, and they said they expect him to be a full.
That's right. That's right.
You know, last week
that worries him a little.
Last week, hurt the shoulder, came back in and got the 30-yard touchdown to
that's a good point.
To take the lead. I just don't think Love's going to be able to keep up with this offense. I think Khalil Mack and Bosa is going to get pressure on him and really rattle him. And I think Austin Eckler is going to have a great day against his terrible. I told people to start John Warren last week in fantasy, and I had him in some DFS lineups, and he had a touchdown last week, and so did Harris. Harris had a great
he
call for that too last week, and I think the Chargers the offense is going to be too good, and Jordan Love is just too inconsistent.
Too bad, yeah. I do think the Chargers cover here. I would love to have Keenan Allen or Austin Eckler in this matchup.
I agree.
Because Austin Eckler, the Packers are terrible against the run. Austin Eckler is going to open up the passing game for him. He's going to run all over him, and then you're going to have Keenan Allen just wide open on some plays.
Yeah, I think the path here for them to struggle is if they shut down the run. I don't see them shutting down the run, but if they do shut down Austin Eckler, they are better in the passing game. They got a good secondary. I think Herbert and Allen are both solid plays, just out of volume.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I think Herbert can get you, 2 or 3 touchdowns, and Allen maybe 1. Eckler, he's gonna have a great day too.
Yeah, I believe so. I think I don't want to start Romeo Doubs or Christian Watson. How do you feel about Jayden Reed in this offense?
Yeah, if you want to take a shot on Musgrave, I'm okay with that. Especially against his defense. Low risk. Got a touchdown last week, I think.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think the Chargers cover here, but I think it could be like 4 points. It's going to be. They're not going to cover by much.
Didn't score last week, but he scored the week before.
The week before, yeah. I think you can fire him up here.
I think so. I've got him in our 12-man league. So.
Anything else you want to go over in this game?
No, I don't think so. Keep an eye out for Jayden Reed. I think I do want to talk about him a little bit later. He's pretty cheap in DFS.
Yeah.
But I think honestly he might be the best receiver on this offense. You said that before, I think, on the live show.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on him. And Jordan Love can go out there and play like he did in the first 4 games of the season, then this is going to be a very good game.
They could win that game if that's the case,
Yeah, but I still think the Chargers cover. I do take the over though.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Next game, we got the Bucks and the 49ers. The 49ers minus 13.5 points, over under a 41.5. You think, oh man, this is hard because the Bucks have been playing pretty good. I think I'm going to take the Bucks to cover this.
I'm taking the Bucks and the 13.5. Seems like a lot. The Bucks are better. Like, this seems like a line for like
a backup quarterback.
Yeah, that's exactly what it seems like. So yeah, give me the 13.5. It is at home. It is the 49ers. They are healthy. I think Brandon Ayuk is going to have a monster day today, eating that secondary up down the field. Everybody on the McCaffrey, this is a tough matchup for him on the ground.
I don't think it matters.
It doesn't matter. He's matchup proof. He's in. I think Brock Purdy's a great play. Kittle's in, Samuel's in, Ayuk's in. On the flip side, you got Mike Evans. I think he's in. Godwin, I'm out on Godwin.
Yeah, I think I'm out on Godwin too. I'm out on Baker Mayfield, honestly. I bet Geno Smith starting over Baker this week. What about Baker or Jordan Love?
God, give me Baker.
Give me Jordan Love.
I don't know. You know what, man? I'm going to take a risk here and say Jordan Love.
I hate saying that.
But hopefully you don't have to make that decision. Because Baker, right. I think it's going to be bad for him.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very bad for him. I definitely expect 2 picks. But, I mean, you never know. You can go out there and bomb 2 or 3 touchdowns with just Mike Evans. Mike Evans is a nasty weapon. He's been very, very good this year. So.
Yeah. I think that's. I mean,
there's not much to talk about in this game.
Yeah.
It's going to be probably a blowout. I mean, the 49ers look incredible. It was a 31-3 against the Jags, who were 7-3 going into the game, or 7-2.
Yeah, and I think the 49ers are back into playoff form now.
I agree.
Coming off the bye, they got healthy. I think they're going to get back on track. And we talked about how tough the schedule is. Seattle twice. I think Philly's in there somewhere. The Bucks today, they're gonna have to win this game. I think they do pretty convincingly too. But I don't think it's more than 13.5.
Yeah, we got the Jets and the Bills next. Over under 39 points. The Bills are minus 8.5. Give me the Jets to cover.
Yeah, the Jets. You're taking the Jets plus 8.5.
I am.
Or you think they'll win straight up, or do you think they'll just?
I think the Bills will win, but I'll take the 8.5 with the Jets.
I agree with that. Yes, I agree with that. The Bills' offense, they just fired the offensive coordinator, turning the ball over crazy amount. This defense is legit. It's made every single quarterback look bad, from Allen to Herbert to Hurts to I can't remember. There's a couple more in there, throughout the schedule that they've just completely made them look like bums.
And Allen's already looked bad.
And they got a new offensive coordinator coming in. This is a bad game to have.
This could be an upset to look out for. I mean, the Jets beat them in week 1.
Yeah. This could be an upset here. I don't believe there will be, but I do like the pick of taking the Jets plus 8.5 for the potential upset. And you're giving me 8.5 points. Seems like this would be one I would bet on, especially to being a divisional game too.
Yeah,
but I think James Cook has a good day today.
I think he does too. I like Breece Hall, and I do like Garrett Wilson. Obviously, Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, James Cook's in your lineup. Gabe Davis is the hard one.
Yeah, I'm going and Dalton Kincaid too. I think that's the number 2 in the
Dalton Kincaid should definitely be in there. And that's what makes Gabe Davis so hard. I'm out on Gabe Davis this week. I traded him away 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it's been the best move I've made.
It has been one of the best moves you made. You made a lot of moves this year, and I think that's one of your best ones. Because he's just so inconsistent that he does have those boom games, but they don't come enough to where they hurt your team. 3 weeks in a row, and then he finally puts up 30, and you're like, I'm 0-3. What am I, 1-3 or 1-2 now? It's like
I had him with the 4-game touchdown spree, which was great, and then I traded him right after, and he's been not the best. So I'll take that. That was fun. That felt good. But Josh Allen's still the number 1 quarterback on the year, I believe. Jalen Hurts might have passed him after last week, but Josh Allen's got to be in your lineup. He's gonna be great for fantasy, even if he's not great for the game of football.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, he's in because of the name, but I don't feel good about this.
I see what you mean. The Jets, like you said, they shut down everybody. I mean, even what was Jalen Hurts' numbers against the Jets that week that they lost? I know he had 3 picks.
3 picks, 1 touchdown, I think.
But he might have. I know he had a rushing touchdown, which he has one like every week because of the tush push.
Yeah, right.
Let's see. Jalen Hurts versus the Jets. He had 22 points. He had 280 yards for a touchdown, 3 picks, but he had 47 rushing yards and a touchdown.
Yeah,
I think Josh Allen's fine.
On an offense that's clicking though,
that's true. Well,
that's an offense that they just found the offensive coordinator. I love starting the Jets, especially in DFS this week.
I say that I don't think that the Eagles offense was clicking as much as everybody thinks in that week. Everybody was. I mean, a lot of Eagles fans are complaining about the offense at that point. Yeah. But you know, it wasn't a good game. The Jets won because of their defense. I mean, if the Jets can beat the Eagles, I think the Jets will go out there and beat the Bucks or the Buffalo Bills this week.
Yeah, they've already beat them once.
Yeah,
right?
week 1. That's right.
Yeah. Yep.
With Zach Wilson. I mean, that was Aaron Rodgers went out in the first play. So.
That's right. Well, no, I think they lost that game. Did they not? Or did they win it? They won it.
I'm pretty sure the Jets won that game. Yeah, in overtime.
Maybe they did.
Touchdown. It was a touchdown to Garrett Wilson in the end zone.
Okay.
I can go confirm that though.
Yeah, somehow. I can't remember because there was a big punt return late in the fourth quarter to set up the field goal, I think.
Yeah, it was 16-16, went to overtime, and then the Jets won 22-16 with a touchdown to Garrett Wilson.
Okay, that's right. Nice, that's right. Outside of that, Breece Hall's in.
Breece Hall's in. Garrett Wilson's in. I mean, he's been solid. Yeah. He's been solid. He's been just as good as Tyler Lockett, if not better.
Yeah.
I agree. Seahawks and the Rams. This is a really fun game. Over under 46.5. The Rams minus 1.5.
Matthew Stafford finally back. Gives Puka Nacua and Cooper Cup managers finally. It's been a couple weeks.
Some would say Cooper Cup and Sippy Cup.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. Outside of Cooper Cup, and I don't really want to try to get Stafford in your lineup. I'll take Geno over Stafford.
I agree.
The big names, I think you start them. You can plug Tyler Lockett in there. You can plug, DK Metcalf hasn't been playing well, but he's going to be in your lineup.
Keep an eye out. Big play potential. Keep an eye out for Tyler Lockett. He's been questionable all week. He didn't practice all week.
Yeah.
They said he's expected to go, but if not, I mean, a good pivot is JSN. JSN was great whenever DK was out 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he's been pretty solid with those guys in. So if Lockett or Metcalf were ever to be out, JSN's a great plug-in for there.
The Rams favored by 1.5 in this game. It is at LA or in LA. Is that a little bit surprising to you? Seattle's. Okay.
I don't think so. I think with Stafford coming back, I get why. The Seahawks have been very shaky, but I think I take the Rams to win here. Yeah, I guess I take the Rams to win and cover. I mean, it's 1.5.
I'm going to say Seattle wins this game. I think they find a way to figure it out on offense. Matthew Stafford coming off the injury. Being in LA is not a home field advantage. It seems sometimes it's a home field advantage for the team that's coming there.
And that's not super far from Seattle.
Yeah, they got, Kenneth Walker can make some big plays. The defense is better than we kind of expected. This is a 50-50 game. I understand why you're going Rams, but
because of Stafford.
I'm going my gut on this and think that I picked the Rams. The Rams are better than what we expected this year. But I'm gonna stick with my Seattle team, who I picked to make the playoffs, and I think they win. They need this game to really solidify that.
100%. They definitely need this game because they got to play the 49ers twice in the next few weeks, which is never fun.
Yeah,
I think it's like in the next 4 or 5 weeks. Got to play them twice. It could be.
Yeah.
So a very big divisional game, and I honestly, my gut does say Seattle, but I think I want to go with what I see on paper sometimes. Sometimes just you got to go with what you see on paper, and that's Matt Stafford coming back. Puka Nacua's healthy. Cooper Kupp's healthy. Darrell Henderson's been okay, and then the Rams are also coming off of a bye week. So,
yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I think they're going to carve this Seattle defense up for sure.
Yeah, start them. I mean, start these guys in your lineups. Tyler Higbee, I don't really care. I'm not starting either tight end on this team. I don't even know who the tight end for the Seahawks is. Is it Noah Fant?
Yeah, Noah Fant, and you got Cody Parkinson.
Yeah, I'm not starting either of those guys. I
think that's who the backup is, and I can't forget about who the other one is. But yeah, no, thank you.
Over under 46.5. I do want to take the over here, though. I think this will be an exciting game. I love divisional games. This is the best part of football.
Yeah, because that's what you draft to win your division.
That's right.
You draft, you know,
It really is a chess match whenever it's a divisional game.
yeah, you draft a Sauce Gardner when you got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle in your division,
Yeah,
and Stephon Diggs.
it's like
And
two
you know what I'm
fighters
saying?
that fight each other, twice a year. I mean,
Yes,
it's awesome.
yes,
It's awesome. It's
yes.
awesome
And
battle.
you know them, they know you,
Yeah.
and just you know how to get you drafted to beat them. So I always love a divisional game.
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything else you got?
No, I think we can move on from this game. Where
Okay,
you
yeah,
at,
we got.
Minnesota and Denver? Is that where you're at?
Yeah, yep, that's it.
How you feel about that one?
God, I'm calling Minnesota. I don't know. I don't know if I can call Minnesota for the upset. Denver is hot right now. They beat the Chiefs. They beat the Bills. And they had a bye week in between that. Beat the Chiefs, had a bye week, beat the Bills. I'm taking Denver to cover, dude.
Denver playing a lot better than we expected here lately.
Dude, the defense is playing very good. Russell Wilson's playing pretty solid, too. And then Sean Payton's just a good coach. I mean, it seems like they've been a disciplined football team.
If the Vikings had Justin Jefferson, I think I would go with the Vikings.
I agree with that 100%.
I think Denver just been playing a little bit. I don't know. This is a close game. Like, I'm kind of surprised. I don't know. A little shocked it's -3 Denver because I think it should be like -2 or 1.
It is,
but it is at home.
It is at
I
home,
think
yeah.
that kind of helps. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough stadium to play. It has
one,
a night game, too, for Josh Dobbs. I think this is probably the toughest defense that Josh Dobbs has played. He might have played the 49ers early on. Yeah, he did play the 49ers like week 3, I believe, with the Cardinals. And the Cowboys in week 2, which they beat them. So
I know. Wow, dude.
So Josh Dobbs could go out there and show out, and I expect him to. I expect Russell Wilson to be a good play, Josh Dobbs to be a good play this week. Cortland Sutton on a, 4-game or 3-game touchdown spree?
I don't know, but he's got to be up there for like most touchdowns in the league.
I think it's 4 touchdowns in a row.
Because he had that catch on, I'm not going to lie, that catch on the sideline in the end zone, the toe drag, was incredible. It was one of the craziest catches we've seen this year.
What about the one he had like 3 weeks ago where it was the exact same thing with the one-hander?
Yeah. He's been playing pretty well. He's probably in your lineup, I think Denver wins this game too, though. I think it's going to be close, so I might take Minnesota plus the 3. But I think I wouldn't bet on this game, but I think Denver wins it.
Yeah, I think I go with Denver covering and winning, straight up, obviously.
I can see that. I can see why.
They've been hot, man. They go out and beat Green Bay, then they beat Kansas City, bye week, beat Buffalo in Buffalo. I don't know if Minnesota's going to have very many answers to stop Jaleel McLaughlin and Javonte Williams, too, who have been – Javonte's looked very good in the last 4 or 5 weeks. Yeah. I think he's got to be in your lineup.
And Russell Wilson's been playing better than he did last year.
Yeah,
Sean Payton offense.
Like that throw.
I like Denver to win.
You talked about the Cortland Sutton catch. The throw was just as good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that there's much more to talk about though in this game. It's going to be exciting.
Definitely.
You got anything else?
I think I'm good on this game, man. I think we've just about covered it all. Addison, he's going to be in for you. You can't really move away from Sutton.
Yeah,
I don't want anything to do with Judy or the tight ends.
I agree with that.
Javonte Williams is a great play this week.
Put him in.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to have Chandler in my lineup, especially Alexander Madison, kind of like already going to take the majority of that workload. I do think Ty Chandler is getting better. Yeah, and I think that he is going to carve out a workload, but I don't think it's this week. I think you're going to see more volume than he's gotten, but I don't think it's enough to make you want to play it, if that makes sense.
I agree with that 100%. If Madison was out, I would think Ty Chandler would be a smash play.
Good play. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, I think I'm good on this game. I think I'm taking the over, though. I think there's a lot of low games that I want to take the over on.
I think it's because the under is hit like 76% of the time this year, which is I think it was a stat that said something like that where it's like for some reason the defenses are playing better.
Yeah, but these last week was an explosive week, and the Vikings and the Broncos offenses are both clicking, so I think this would be a over game for me.
Philly at Kansas City. I want this
game. My nerves are tore up, man. 45.5 points. The Chiefs -3 in Arrowhead. Both teams coming off of a bye week. Oh, God, dude. I'm ready. I'm ready for it, man. The Eagles coming off a huge win against the Cowboys, and the Chiefs coming off of a bad loss against the Broncos.
What's the under-over of how many times they show Taylor Swift tonight? 20 times? The Kelsey brothers are going to be there. It's in Arrowhead.
Both brothers. You know they're going to show Donna Kelsey sitting beside Taylor Swift.
You know they go, yeah.
I'm kind of for it. It's kind of funny. It's becoming a thing now.
It's definitely a thing.
It's definitely becoming it's a bit now at this point. It's kind of funny to see
I think
Monday Night Football. Oh, God, dude.
This is a game where, oh, man, this is a tough game.
It's the game we've all been waiting for. It's the rematch of the Super Bowl. You know, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl 38-35. At the beginning of the year, if you want to go back to our Brew Collar special, the playoff matchups and the record predictions, I had the Eagles at 8-1 at this point in the season, and I had them going 8-2 and losing to the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
I picked them to lose this game before the season, and I think I do. I think I have them 8-1 at this point in the season too. I say they lose this game. It's in Arrowhead. I think that Andy Reid can get really, really creative coming off of a bye week. I know the Eagles are coming off of a bye week too, but I mean, it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me if the Eagles won this game.
I'm calling the upset. I'm calling against my original prediction this year. The Chiefs have not looked that good.
They haven't.
The Chiefs have not looked good. It's in Arrowhead.
The defense, though, has kept them in every game. Yeah.
But I think the Eagles losing to the Jets and playing that defense is going to be it's like kind of a good warm up for this game, and then going into the bye. You play the Jets and the Cowboys back to back, and then you go and play. You go to your bye week. I think we have a lot of preparation to beat this team. I mean,
I agree.
I'm calling for the upset, and I mean, you can say it's not an upset. It's +3 though. It's close enough in Arrowhead.
Yeah, I think it's
really
a
game.
50-50 game.
I think it's a pick'em game. Yeah.
For me, when I'm looking at this game, I'm looking at two Super Bowl potential teams, two great playoff teams. I think this is a pick'em game. You know, I really and it shows with it being -3 because it's in Kansas City. They say home
right about 3 points.
I'm
taking the Eagles to win this game.
I could see that. I think this just could go either way. I think Kansas City being at home. I think Kansas City being at home, they find a way to get it done. And a game is probably going to be. I'm taking the under and the over/under in this game. I think I think these defenses are playing better than expected. A lot of people are calling for the over on this game, but I think there's going to be a lot of nerves. A lot of pressure on these offenses. You know, I don't think Kansas City's going to be able to run the ball at all. I don't like Pacheco this week.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going against this is the best defense against the run, and I think it's literally the best defense in the league off paper. You know, like not looking at the stats, the team is just dominant at the line of scrimmage.
That's right.
The Eagles are, and I don't know. Do they have the receivers to get it done? The Chiefs? I don't know. I mean, Travis Kelce's going to be Travis Kelce.
Yeah, Rashee
They're going to get real creative on offense. Can it be enough? I'm going to take the Chiefs, but I will be pulling for the Eagles.
I like that. I know we kind of hate on the Chiefs, but I do love Andy Reid. Obviously, him coming from Philadelphia, so I do like to see Andy Reid do good. And I think that offense is he's creative, like you said. He's going to find ways to get his playmakers the ball. Kadarius Toney's healthy coming out of the bye week, I believe. Rashee Rice, MVS. Who else? Justin. What's his name?
Justin Watson playing really well. I think number 84, who's been he's been actually quietly having a pretty decent season.
Yeah,
he led the team in receiving yards outside of Travis Kelce there for a while. He may still do that. He may still lead the team. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. So there's a bunch of wide receiver twos out there, but Patrick Mahomes is going to find a way to get those guys open. I mean, the thing is that front seven is nasty. If you shut down the run, let's see what this passing game can do. I think that's why the biggest thing I want to look for here is, can Jalen Hurts bounce back and not make mistakes?
Yeah,
he made mistakes against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, the fumble that went back for a touchdown, and that was the deciding factor. That's what won them the game.
It changed. Yeah, defensive scoring in any game is always
especially in a Super Bowl matchup. I mean, that's 50-50.
Yeah,
always.
How they had that game too, man.
Yeah, it just depends. It just depends. Whoever makes the least mistakes is going to win this game, I think.
And everybody on the Philly side of the offense, I think they're all in. This could be a potential shootout. You're starting Jalen Hurts, you're starting Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, obviously. Goddard's out, so I'm not touching the tight end. And Swift definitely,
He's in,
Swift's
yeah.
definitely in.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game. And,
It's gonna be good to have a great Monday night game to look forward
yeah,
to.
it is, man.
I'm
Not
super
like the
excited to watch this
Jets
one
and the
because
Chargers.
there's gonna be so many. This prime time Monday night. The eyes are gonna be there. Taylor Swift's gonna be there. Mama Kelsey's gonna be there. The Kelsey
That's right.
brothers. It'll be all kinds of little storylines and all this stuff. The drama's there,
Yeah, the drama's
and
there.
two great
It's
football
huge.
teams are there. Super Bowl rematch. Yeah, this is
It's
gonna be a
exciting.
fun
It's
one.
the biggest game of the year.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
It's the biggest game because this could be potentially, this could be a Super Bowl match again. So they could play each other
Could
again
be.
at the end of the year. But I'm really excited about this game, man. I've said it before, I love a team having a really tough schedule whenever my teams do that. Just because if you win out, that means you really won.
Yeah, you face adversity too, and your team is battle tested and ready
Yeah.
for playoffs.
That's right, absolutely.
If they are healthy and they can get those wins.
Yeah, I think I'm taking the under, but I'm taking the Eagles to win. That's me picking with my heart a little bit.
Oh no, and if you got to take the Eagles to win, man.
But I've also picked against the Chiefs a few times this year. I don't really believe in their offense that much, even though Andy
I don't
Reid
blame you.
is a brilliant mind when it comes to the offense. But I do take the Eagles to win here.
I like it. I picked the Chiefs, but I don't feel good about it because I think that they could. I really think the Eagles can stop the run game. They have all season and really force Kansas City to be one dimensional. But honestly, they were going to have to do that anyway in this game. They've kind of had to do that all year. Pacheco's played well, but they haven't necessarily leaned on him to win games.
Right.
They put the ball in Patrick Mahomes' hands and let him find Kelsey or Rice and the Kansas City defense is very, very underrated right now.
Right.
So we're gonna see.
Is there anything else you got in this game?
No, I think that's it.
Okay.
I'm pulling for Philly to pull it out, though. I want to see it happen.
I'm glad you're on my side on that, man.
Yeah, I want to see Philly pull it out tonight.
I do want to talk about the trade deadline in fantasy. I know a lot of people's trade deadlines is this weekend. Ours was yesterday, so ours is over with. But some people theirs doesn't end until Sunday or Monday. Don't be afraid to make some trades out there. I kind of went into this year with a new strategy as far as trades go. When the deadline came around, I was trading off of my bye weeks, so maybe trading down a little bit. Like I had a big matchup that I needed to win this week, and so I traded Chris Olave and Zach Charbonnet for Devonta Smith, which I do believe in Devonta Smith going forward, but I think Chris Olave is probably better. That's kind of like the strategy I went with, and that's something that you could probably talk about with your strategy on trades this year. I know you made a few.
Yeah, I've only made one trade this year with you. Pop Douglas for Keaton Mitchell, but yeah, just especially if you're right now, if you're on that bubble of you're like right at 10-man league, you're sitting 6 or 7. It's time to win now. There's 4 games left. Go play the matchups. Do the best you can to kind of just try your best to get into the playoffs. Make those trades. If you have to give up a guy that's on a bye, it's pretty decent for another guy who's just a little bit worse. Just for a great matchup this week. I understand that you got to win now.
That's right.
So just kind of look to see what you have, and if you are one of the one or two teams who can kind of take a chance on a guy who can get a Olave right now because he's on a bye because that team needs somebody now. You can also take advantage of that.
Yeah, that's right. Bijan Robinson's also on a bye. That was one that I was targeting. I wasn't able to get him, but Bijan's on a bye. Don't forget, Dak Prescott has an amazing schedule, so you could target somebody like him. Kyler Murray has a very good playoff schedule coming up. You can target somebody like him. Just be thinking about positions you miss.
Who do you have at quarterback for your DFS team this week?
So for DFS, I've got Kyler Murray at 6,100.
I like that. I got Brock Purdy this week.
Yeah, I have him in 2 lineups. What about running back?
Yeah, he's just so cheap, and he's going to get the defense cheap. Bad.
Yeah.
Who you got at running back?
I got Austin Eckler at 8,600, and I got Devin Singletary at 5,300.
I also have Austin Eckler and Devin Singletary.
Nice.
I think they're both going to have great days.
Yeah, for sure. What about wide receiver? Who you got?
I got Brandon Ayuk to stack with Purdy. I think he's going to have a phenomenal day. Getting past that Bucs secondary.
Yeah.
I also have Tank Dell at wide receiver 2, and I have Jaden Reed at wide receiver 3.
Okay, I have so I also have Tank Dell at 5,900, and then instead of Brandon Ayuk, I went a little cheaper. I went Debo Samuel for 6,300, and then for my third receiver, I went Christian Kirk for 6,000.
Christian Kirk, I like that. Okay, who you got a tight end?
I got Trey McBride to stack with Kyler Murray.
I like that. I got Logan Thomas. I think he's gonna have a good day against Seattle today. Who you got the flex?
Yeah, Trey McBride was 4,400. The flex, I wanted to go a little more expensive, but I decided to go a little more expensive on defense. I took the Cowboys at defense for 4,100.
Oh.
And so that made me have to go pretty cheap on the flex. So I went Jamison Williams at 3,300.
Oh, that's an interesting play. I got David Montgomery in the flex. I think he's going to have the revenge game against Chicago. I'm really excited to see.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. Yeah, for sure. What about your defense? Who do you have?
Defense, I got the Jets. I went cheap. I went with a great defense in a divisional game. It's probably going to be ugly. Josh Allen's just handing out turnovers right now, and I think that they'll do enough to.
Do you want to go over another lineup this week? I have another lineup that I really like, and I was torn between which one I wanted to call out on here.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, I got another one. I'm gonna pull this one up. Who do you got at quarterback in that other lineup?
I have Brock Purdy across all my lineups.
Okay, cool. I've got Jared Goff for 6,600 in this one.
Okay, I thought about trying to get one with him in Amon-Ra, but I ended up Purdy's just the play this week, I feel like.
I think you're probably right, but I like Jared Goff. I think he has a potential to put up a lot of points. All right, running back in this one, I have, I have Devin Singletary again, 5,300. He's so cheap. But I have Raheem Mostert. I have Raheem Mostert at 6,900.
I think he's going to have a good day. I have Monty and Singletary once again, and this is our lineup.
For receivers, I have Marquise Brown against Houston. I think that game could be
a shootout. I have him in the flex.
Yeah.
I have him in the flex in this one.
And then I have Jaden Reed at 4,000.
I also have Jaden Reed again.
And then I have Amon-Ra St. Brown at 8,800 to stack with Jared Goff.
I like that. I have him in another lineup. I have Tyreek Hill, Brandon Ayuk, Jaden Reed as my receivers.
That's tough. That's really tough.
With Hollywood Brown in the flex, Logan Thomas at tight end, and then I stay with the Jets again.
Okay, so for me, my flex, I went Tony Pollard. Carolina run defense is 31st. They're the worst. Almost the worst in the league. And 6,600 is very cheap for a flex. Then I wanted to go David Montgomery, but I don't want to have three lines, And then I went Kyler Conklin. I went pretty cheap at tight end for 2,900. Conk. He 2 weeks ago he had 6 catches for 66 yards, and then last week he had 7 catches for 75 yards, I believe, which is very solid for 2,900.
Building a chemistry with his young quarterback for sure.
That's right. And then at defense, I took the Steelers for 3,500.
I like the Steelers this week. I think they're going to be a good play.
I think a lot of sacks are going to come from T.J. Watt, and I think that just there's going to be turnovers. I mean, Dorian Thompson-Robinson ain't going to be able to cut it.
Well, man, it's been fun. I know I'm about to see you here in about an hour and a half.
That's right.
Going to call ahead and get that table, reserved.
What time are you getting out there?
Probably right at 1.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So I'll see you here shortly. I appreciate everybody who tuned in, and make sure to check out our podcast at brewcollarpodcast.com. We'll have a new episode coming out, which is the two of us, episode 69. It's been fun. It's just I always knew it would go this far, and once we hit 100, I'm super excited to hit 100 because it's coming.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's always a blast, dude. We're very fortunate to be able to do that and sit down and talk and hang out every weekend. It's awesome, man. So
yeah. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, good luck in your matchups, and we might not. I have to work next weekend, but we'll see what I can do. It might have to be a later live show, but we'll see what we can do.
Okay, yeah, I'll see you.